of process. I was a couple of years taught management also as a full-time professor in a college. The whole thing is how to make maximum money. The whole essence of that. And even after the revision of education policy, I couldn't see, of course, not much known, more emphasis on the spiritual aspect. So the plenty of money has been the main source of happiness, what we perceive, and trying to maximize whole life. Then after the money, second thing, position of authority. Everybody wants fast promotion to reach at the top, political or social system or the businessmen, they want to reach in the first five Fortune 500 company in the list, and each member of Fortune 500, they want to be number one. Then after the plenty of money, position and authority, then you want to live longer. So you need security of your life. First, security from your internal body. You want the best health care. The rich people or the poor people, they try to go to the best hospital of the world. All Indian politicians, you must have observed, they run to the USA for any small treatment. And after from the external dangers, you need X, Y, Z security. So these are the perceived sources of happiness. In my view, we have been brought up, that has become the basic mindset and culture of society. So based on this perception, this understanding, now we can develop a TQ model for life. Life as a process. The steps are stimuli, desire, thought, action, and results. And ultimate output is the wealth and power. We judge how much money we have generated and how much power we have attained. This becomes the unit of life, and we all try to maximize wealth and power. So the unit is wealth and power, and based on that, our education system, the mindset of youngsters. Recently, I'm just giving one very recent example. One of my friends' daughter got admission, got selected for IITs just few days back. Asked what discipline she wants. She told that computer science. Why? Because that gives very good jobs, offer of crores of package. So that is a criteria. Personally, I feel actually computer science is not giving any true knowledge. It is just a technique how to utilize the other things. But all students, they are trying to, all brilliant students, because of this perception, are trying to go to the computer science, which doesn't talk about the philosophy of life, literature, humanities, but because of our perceptions of happiness, the sources of happiness, every youngster is running for it. So seeing that, what is the impact of this particular perception? If you just see the material power versus natural power, USA 21.4 trillion, China 14 trillion, Germany around 4 trillion, we are about 3 trillion. With all power of destructive forces, one natural power, the corona has defeated. All the money, all the power, they couldn't do anything. So this is a spiritual power. We are not able to realize it. So a lot of rich people are there. I don't know whether they are happy, but spiritual analysis say they cannot be, because means to earn the money, you need a rajogun. Rajogun cannot keep your mind quiet. So what is the effect of money, authority, and security? In fact, not happiness. It has plenty of money accelerated our greed. Position of authority, given the ego, and life security, is because of the fear. So our greed, ego, and fear has increased with the perceived sources of happiness. So just seeing with the same TKO model, life, what is, whether you are rich or poor, everybody is unhappy. I don't. Personally, I am observing the faces of the powerful people and rich people, and both are look very unhappy. Is it visible, audible? Jain Saab? Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Yes,
yes, visible, audible, everything.
Okay.
Audible, please carry on.
Okay. Yeah.
It is going excellent.
Yeah. So measuring current quality of life, three-dimensional, physical, emotional, and intellectual. What we need: healthy body, agitation-free mind, and good relationships, and work-life balance and creation of wealth. But what actually is happening, in spite of all technological advancement, unhealthy body. Mostly people are sick, diabetic, cardiac, BP, so many problems, stressed, and there is a tremendous work pressure, and in spite of plenty of money, people are craving for more and more money. This is the reality of life we see. So these were the myths about our perception, of the sources of happiness. Now let's come to the next topic. What is a life? Do we really know what is a life? Right from cradle to grave, this is a must for everybody. Nobody is exception. We have to travel this journey. Maybe duration may vary in the normal cases from 80 to 100 years, 105 years maximum. So if we don't know the life, can we efficiently manage life without knowing the actual process of life? What is a life? What Vedanta explains. Life is a continuous series of experiences. A very good Sanskrit word, अनुभव धारा. जीवन एक अनुभव धारा है. Continuous flowing series of experiences. And what is a unit of life is the experience. Just like as it is shown, like a steel link, every transaction of life gives an experience. We go on adding experiences. So the unit of life is experience. So applying this model now, whole TQM approach, now we have to redesign our life as this way. The life is a process, stimuli, external stimuli that creates a desire. Desire generates thoughts. Thoughts propels for action. Action gives results, and results we experience it. So the unit of life is experience. The purpose of life is, means experience may be only two types: happiness or sorrow. So the purpose of life is maximizing quality of our experience, means maximizing our happiness. And for that, what we need, earlier just to create a product or the money, to create a money and power, we wanted professional competence only. But now we need a spiritual competence to maximize happiness. So this is a new dimension we have to add to our life. We are professionally very competent, but spiritually totally ignorant. That is the main cause of our unhappiness. So what is the goal now? Maximizing the happiness. Now let's come to what is happiness. Every word has got a tremendous meaning, clarity. Just I search first the Western concept of the happiness from Google research find well-being, environment, pleasure, relationship, outlook, meaning, involvement, success, elasticity, so many things. And I found every aspect of happiness, what Western perceive, is dependent on external factors. But what is happiness as per our Vedanta? It is defined as happiness is the experience gained when one is with oneself. happiness is not dependent of anything, any object, any external source. It is totally when our mind and intellect is merged with our true self, then happiness is generated. The one and the only source of happiness is our spirit or the soul, whose nature is Sat Chit Anand. Anand is means that happiness is the nature. In fact, it's not, we can say, I am happiness. Once you are realized, then you become happiness because that is the nature of the soul. So happiness is not externally dependent. So what are the causes of sufferings? In quality management also we do cause and defect analysis. So root cause of suffering, it's very well structured and defined by Maharshi Patanjali in Patanjali Yoga Sutra. The 5 causes, avidya, asmita, rag, dvesh, avinivesh, these are the 5 causes which is making us to suffer. The first one is the avidya. The main one is the avidya, is the ignorance of self. We don't know ourselves. This is the main cause, or what we know, that we are having a false knowledge. Means our life is driven by false knowledge, mithya gyan. Spiritually, if you are aware, you will realize means whatever we are doing based on the false knowledge. That's why all the problem comes. Because of the avidya, other 4 causes are erupting. The asmita, what we call it, wrong notion of oneself, the ego. Rag is longing and attachment for sensory objects, money and persons. This is driving our life today. Dvesha, dislike and hatred for objects and persons, and avinivesh, fear of death or fear of losing objects, money, power. So these are the 5, the main causes which are making us to suffer in life. Already it was identified thousands of years back and recorded in our scriptures. So how to lead a holistic approach to life management? So what we want from our life: healthy body, agitation-free mind and good relationship with everybody, work-life balance and creation of wealth, inner peace and happiness. For that, what we need at 4 personality constituents level: lifestyle according to the laws of nature. Love and respect to all beings. Beings doesn't mean only human beings. All the beings which nature has created, we have to love and respect every being of the universe. Contentment, use of life skills and professional competence to bring the work-life balance and creation of wealth, and the spiritual knowledge and practice to get the inner peace and happiness. The 4th part is totally missing from our education system. If you see the spiritual part, education system, professional training in our life, and that is a cause of all sufferings of life. So how to improve quality of life? We have to transform spiritually. Here the word I have used is spiritual intelligence, means that is what does it mean? I'll come to explain it in the coming slides. So we need a spiritual transformation to become happy from our current state of unhappiness. So now, what is spiritual intelligence? Let's see what dictionary defines about the intelligence. Intelligence is the ability to acquire and apply the knowledge and skills. So intelligence of person depends on his or her guiding philosophy. Each one of us guided by some philosophy which is programmed in our mind, knowingly or unknowingly. So here you have to go back to how the creation has taken place. One of the famous Upanishad, Prashnopanishad, which explains in the 6 questions. In one of the question, Pippala the Rishi, one of the disciple, he asked how this creation was made. In the Vedas, they say before creation, the word is used Hiranyagarbha. there was a Hiranyagarbha golden home. There was the real explanation. There was neither not nor odd, no time, nor the time, neither darkness nor the light. Nothing was there. We can't imagine it. Then it came in the mind of creator. Why not to create something? The first wave was created is the Om. And from that, the first thing appeared was the spirit, we call, means in the Upanishads say pran, is in the form of sun. And after that, coalescence of ether particle took place and the matter was created. So the Rai, it is called Rai and Pran. That was the first two creations. From these two creations, everything has come up. All the matter what we see. So it manifestation of the Brahman in the first is the Pran, which is represented by the sun, and after all the matter came. So the two types of intelligence was used based on this theory by the creator is spirituality and materialism. Spiritual intelligence and materialistic intelligence. So the people across the world are guided by two types of philosophies. One is materialism. According to that, everything is matter. There is nothing like a spirit. Just I verified this from the lot of scriptures. So the Western philosophy, they think, according to that, mind and consciousness are byproduct of material process without which they cannot exist. They don't believe in the spiritual power, reincarnation. So everything is a matter. So this is a materialism philosophy. The second is guiding philosophy of life is the spirituality. According to that, everything what we see is nothing but manifestation of the Brahman. One of the very famous Ishavasya Upanishad that say Ishavasyamidam sarvam yat kinchit jagatyam jagat. Whatever you are seeing in the constantly changing world is nothing but the absolute consciousness. So whatever is visible is everything is total spirituality, spirit manifested. So based on these two philosophies, I perceive the concept of two types of intelligence, materialistic intelligence. What it is the ability to learn and apply the knowledge and the skills to create products and services for the consumers and improve organizational and personal prosperity. Actually, this is the philosophy and definition is being followed in the quality management or the business management. Every organization of the world is trying to maximize the prosperity of the employees and the organization by producing and delivering a product, consumer product, for the convenience of the people, for improving the standard of living. So as an individual, we are having a mind which has got a 4-component, man, buddhi, chitta, ahankar. It won't be possible to go in detail in such big subject. So our mind is plugged with matter. So what happens is what we want, the goals becomes plenty of money, luxurious lifestyle, high positions, work schedule, busy, and it is basically rajasic personality that is driving our life. That's why we are craving for more money, more power, more expansion. So this is the impact of materialistic intelligence. The people who are driven by spiritual philosophy, who believe that everything is the Brahman, manifestation of the absolute consciousness. So they are driven by spiritual intelligence is what is the ability to know, reflect and realize intrinsic qualities of the soul and apply it in the thinking, feeling and deeds to attain inner peace and happiness. So here, the spiritual intelligence, the goal becomes inner peace, contentful life, dedication to work, work-life balance, sattvic personality. So what we need to develop is a spiritual intelligence if you want to be happy. Any amount of money, if you don't have inner peace and happiness, inner peace, you cannot be happy. So the inner peace that will come by the spirituality only. Let's see how the spiritual transformation can take place. The Gautam Buddha, what he says, we are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts, and with our thoughts, we make our world. Whatever we are doing, nothing but only thinking process, thought. Whole world, what we see, it is nothing but a solidified thought. So we have to change our thought by spiritual transformation from materialistic mindset to, we have to transform to a spiritual mindset. And for that, we have to discover, develop, and apply spiritual intelligence. How to do it? So based on my personal experiences and the findings from the various scriptures, so the 7 steps for spiritual transformation to discover, develop, and apply spiritual intelligence. First thing, develop spiritual awareness. Starting point is that we must be spiritually aware. Then purify your mind, learn spiritual knowledge, change your lifestyle, modify your behavior, practice yoga and meditation, and adopt holistic approach in life. These are the 7 steps. Briefly, I'll just touch upon, because these are the very big subjects, limited time, I'll just touch upon what are these 7 steps are there. So what is awareness? Awareness is like that सोए आदमी को जगा देना. There are 3 types of knowledge here. First is, I don't know that I don't know. Many things we don't know that we don't know, to go into the stage of I know that I don't know. This is awareness. Once you are awakened from your ignorance stage to that, then it starts. Spirituality will start only if you cross this stage of I don't know that I don't know to the I know that I don't know. Then you'll put effort to you know that what you want to know. So this is starting point from spirituality. I don't know that I don't know. That in reality, I am the spirit. I am the Atma. That we don't know. So here, starting point is that I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am the soul. So once it comes in the mind, means you accept it mentally, not just theoretically or intellectually. That is starting point for the spiritual journey. Once it was realized by Lord Buddha or any spiritual seeker, then they left it, the whole world, and went on the spiritual sadhana. So the first step means that recognizing that I am the soul, not just the body. Then second step is that how to purify your mind. Our mind is full of 3 kinds, as per the Upanishads, 3 kinds of defects are there. Mal, Vikshep, and Avaran. Mal is impurities. There are 7 types of impurities: Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsar, and Ahankar. Because of these impurities, our thoughts are becoming selfish and materialistic. These impurities causing agitation in mind, that is called Vikshep. Once our mind is agitated, we can't think properly, we can't work silently, we can't have happiness. Then Avaran is the ignorance, is the veiling, means what Patanjali stated, avidya, means because of ignorance of our true self and the false knowledge, there is a covering of that is shrouding our intellect. So these three kinds of defect that is causing all the problems of our life. How this mind can be purified by Gyan, then it will remove the avaran of the ignorance. Bhakti will reduce your agitations of mind. Niskam karma will purify your mind. So these are the three techniques for Gyan, Bhakti, or Niskam karma, which can purify our mind. Third step is how to gain spiritual knowledge. Today, even I feel pretty small kids, they are just attending their lessons on the online. And unfortunately, majority of our population, they don't have the computer. I don't know how the education can go ahead. So what method prescribed by Veda is Shravan, Manan and Nididhyasan. Shravan means listening by in the close sitting of your Guru. Manan is whatever you have heard, you just reflect and think on that. Atmabodh, to generate Atmabodh. Shravan is about the knowledge about the soul. Atmagyan, Manan is Atmabodh. Once you think on that, then self-study can help during the Manan stage. And finally, the Nididhyasan, meditation on self, putting that knowledge in practice, that will generate the experience. That is Atmabodh. This is the only way of gaining spiritual knowledge, rather any kind of knowledge. This is the three-step Shravan, Manan, Nididhyasan. So what is spiritual knowledge? In fact, who am I? There are more than 100 Upanishads are there, but there are 11 main Upanishads. I had opportunity to attend classes on some of the main Upanishads. In a very precise scripture that called that written by Adi Shankaracharya is known as Nirvana Satak. In 6 sloka, he has given the whole essence of knowledge. And finally, who am I? He explained, Aham nirvikalpo nirakar rupo vibhuvyap sarvatra sarvendriyanam sadame samatvam na mukti na bandha chidananda rupa shivoham shivoham. This is his experiential narration. Who am I? This is a real spiritual knowledge. Once it comes, then you gain the spiritual knowledge. Now the fourth and fifth step of spiritual transformation is how to change lifestyle and behavior. Just see what is our current way of lifestyle, freestyle living, tasty food and drink, no physical activity. The behavior is ego-centered behavior to meet the self-interest, whatever we want, just running for that. So, but what it needs. In fact, Yoga Sutra, Patanjali Yoga Sutra is in the language of TQ, I'll say that is the SOP of life, or the standard practice instructions of life. In the Ashtanga Yoga, he has given the complete summary how we should lead our life. And the starting point is Yam and Niyam. The first Yam, Niyam, Asana are the first 3 steps of Patanjali Yoga. What is Yam? Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigrah. If we just analyze what's happening in the society, what we watch in the TV, even today's TV, all are violation of Yam. There is a Hinsa, there is Asatya, there is a lot of scams, there is a lot of rape and sexual crimes, and there is a lot of accumulation of wealth, grabbing wealth. Means all accumulation of, all violation of Yam. Then Niyam, Tap, Santosh, Sauch, Santosh, Tap, Swadhyay, Ishwar, Pranidhan. Individually, people are violating all these things. Asanas, rarely people are following. So if you see, the problem of all the increasing disease and the miseries of life, the very first three steps of Ashtanga Yoga are being violated. We are seeing why? Because ignorance of the people or the false knowledge, avidya. People don't know what is a true purpose of life, what is the right method of living the life. So yam, niyam, asana are three. So we have to, if you want to be happy, you have to change your lifestyle. You have to follow as per the laws of nature, what is called yam, niyam, and behavior with the people. So this is the fourth and fifth step. Then sixth step is how to practice yoga and meditation. As I mentioned, Maharshi Patanjali, he has given, summarized 8 steps. SOP of life, standard operating practice, how you call it SPI, standard practice instruction to lead a happy spiritual life, where these are yam, niyam, asan, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhyan and samadhi. Dharana, dhyan and samadhi. These are the 8 steps. It's not possible to explain here. So we just follow and it will lead us to really spiritual bliss. So actually yoga is very misunderstood. Yoga means people just think that doing asana or sitting in the photogenic state of just keeping your mind, eyes closed. That's not. Yoga is the real definition. Yoga chitta vritti nirodha. Actually, asanas are just preparatory so that you can sit without any problem. It is just a preliminary step of yoga. Asana is not a yoga. It is just a small part and macro part of the yoga. It's what is happening in chitta vritti nirodha. As I told in the mentioned, why the chit means like waves are coming in the mind because of the mal vikshep and avran. Because of the impurities of the mind, our mind is agitated. If it is agitated, you can never be happy, you will be stressed, and that stress is causing all the disease. Because today's medical science also says 60% cause of the today's disease is psychosomatic because of the stress, and this is a condition of our mind. So the preventing chitta vritti is the purpose of yoga, that is possible by meditation. Now, coming to the most practical aspect, how to put spiritual concepts in practice in everyday life. Ultimately, every person is born with some inherent talent, inherent. The language used, the term used is in the spiritual scripture with vasana, a tendency, innate tendency based on our previous birth. So we have to perform some work based on our competence and tendency that has to be refined according to spiritual practice. What is the materialistic approach of life, current way what we are doing? We are driven by our desires, which is driven again by the materialistic intelligence to perform actions and make money. Then that money we spend to fulfill our kamna. Kam is our desires. Then again we go on adding more money to fulfill our further desire, means one desire that boosts up another desire. So the whole life we are just running to earn money to fulfill our desires, and neither our urge for money, because we need infinite money and infinite desires. Whole life is just under stressful for earning money and fulfilling desire without any purpose that continues, and we finally end our life unfulfilled. What is the holistic approach? Again, our Veda says, is given the Purusharth is the self-effort, the very powerful tool that says ki dharma, arth, kam, moksha. These are the four main goals of life. what it says, dharma is what, it's not a religion. Dharma is means what holds you where you are. Dhri dhatu hai, इसमें संस्कृत में बोलते हैं. So what is means perform your duties within the framework of laws of nature and laws of society. That is a dharma. We all are having some unique talent, unique professional competence. We have to perform our duties within the framework of nature, laws of nature, and laws of society, and ethical and social behavior accepted by the society. So this is a dharma. If we are following dharma and performing your actions and earning money and fulfilling your desire from the money earned by your dharmic way of righteous way, then you will get liberation. Means happiness will come. Moksha doesn't mean that means leaving the body. Moksha, liberation from sorrow, fear, greed, ego, delusion. We want liberation from this is, then only happiness can come. So this is a holistic approach to develop that. So for earning money and earth, we had professional competence only. Now to follow the dharma, arth, kam, moksha, we have to add spiritual knowledge, spiritual intelligence. Then only we can experience the true happiness, true purpose of life. Now, just summarizing holistic, spiritual, and TQM model management of life. Life is a process. What is the process? Now, dharma, arth, kam, and finally, output is the moksha. We want a moksha for dharma, arth, kam is the process, and to attain that, we need two types of intelligence. One is professional competence, what you are having, and then you need a spiritual competence that comes from a spiritual intelligence. So this is a new dimension you must add to enjoy your life and have a happiness. How to go about it? Now coming to that, based on my experiences, what one should do, recommended steps. How to discover spiritual, and first find a guru. It is based on my experience, means by self-study you can't learn it. A credible spiritual organization truly involved in promotion of spirituality. A guru is must. Without guru, there cannot be gyan. This is very clear. By self-study of any literature, that will create more confusion. And based on my experiences, it cannot clarify. Guru who has got experience of it, who has realized, only he can explain. Then commit to devote time, effort, and some money to learn, reflect, and practice the spiritual discipline. Gain the spiritual knowledge by attending classes on Upanishads. Upanishad का मतलब ये है कि up means sitting near your teacher, guru. Ni means निश्चय पूर्वक. Sad means destroying your ignorance. So Upanishad means with the, what is the method explained? Shravan, Manan, Nididhyasan. These are the three steps. That way the Upanishad is taught. And luckily I had the opportunity to learn in that way. Unless you are having the book in your hands and near the teacher, you can't understand. See, it is so complex and compact. The only realized teacher can explain. So this is many ashrams they are offering, and unless we really devote, it is really practically, to me, it appears impossible to learn. Then change your lifestyle and behavior according to Yam Niyam prescribed in Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Then self-study after attending the classes, then self-study can help you. Now there are many organizations, they are conducting education courses, distance education, but before that you have to be initiated by a real classroom. Then practice of yoga and meditation under the guidance of a guru, and continue your journey and experiences the inner peace. In fact, I realized during this Corona period the importance of it, and during 6 months I wrote a book that is just near designing stage, and the couple of weeks that will come. the basic concept after thoughtful thinking and compiling based on the study of various literatures, how the inner peace and happiness through spiritual intelligence, that is yoga, meditation, and karma way, what I explained in briefly. So this is the theme. So whatever amount of money one can earn, but unless the inner peace is there, you cannot have the happiness. And we are seeing every day, and history also is having records. Many rich people, they committed suicide. In spite of all having money and power, we can see how some of the politicians, those who are billionaires and enjoyed the most powerful positions, they are still frustrated, restless. So the money alone cannot give you happiness. It can improve your standard of living, but up to certain extent, but it cannot improve the overall quality of life. Quality of life comes from the inner peace. So with this, I conclude the basic concept. Now we'll go for the meditation, the guided meditation, just 8 to 10 minutes, very brief. So I'll request everybody to sit straight, just like in pranayam, and again do pranayam for 3 times. Even whether you are sitting on chair, you can just say that your spinal cord is straight, head is straight. Take a long breath, fill your both lungs with the fresh air. Hold it for 20 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Exhale, relax. Again, inhale fully, hold it up to 20 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Exhale. Now the third and final cycle. Please inhale fully. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Exhale. Just relax. Keep your body relaxed. Now I'll just explain you one very unique technique which Chinmaya Mission they taught, thought massage. Just you are sitting, visualize that you are sitting like a statue. Just see your face from outside, your whole body, and start your thought massage from the left feet, smallest nail of smallest finger. You take your mind on the smallest finger of your left feet on the nail. See it, visualize it. Now you start massaging with a thought from the nail of the smallest finger to the next finger, to the third one, the fourth one, the fifth one. Then you massage your whole foot by gradually massaging it, your leg, to massage now the left knee, left thigh, left hips, to right hips, right thighs, right knee, right leg, and the heel of the right foot, and massage the right foot and come to the nail of smallest finger to the next one, to the third finger, fourth finger. Then now visualize that your whole, both the legs have become totally relaxed and light, as you are not having their existence, means totally they have become free from the stress. Then move to your wrist and gradually start thought massage from your, move upward from waist to stomach, back portion, gradually to your chest, and by massaging you reach to your shoulders, and now do the thought massage of right hand starting from shoulder to gradually to the upper arm, to elbow, to the lower arm, your wrist, your palm, and your thumbnail to index fingernail, middle fingernail, small fingernail. Just by that time, everything becomes relaxed. And move that your thought massage to the smallest finger of the left side, left hand, to the ring finger, to the middle finger, to the index finger, to thumb, massaging your palm, wrist, elbow, upper arm, and shoulder. So as you have massaged, everything become relaxed, and practically you feel that they have disappeared from the existence, and gradually move to the now your neck, massage your neck, chin, lower lips, upper lips, nose, lower eyelids, upper eyelids, to your whole face and backside of your skull. Everything is massaged. Now see yourself as a statue of crystal clear glass. Your body is totally purified by the massage, thought massage. All the disease or defects of your physical body are totally removed. It is a nice, crystal clear statue in front of you. You just visualize. After purification of your mind, your body, now let's move to the mind. As I told, mind is full of impurities. There are 7 kinds of impurities of it. Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsar, Ahankar. And the biggest, you have to purify your mind by the fire. Fire is the greatest purifier. Every impurity is burnt. You are going to offer your all impurities to the fire, and one of the seats of mind is the heart. Visualize that your mind is just located in your heart, and 7 types of impurities are full in your mind, and in front of you the sun god is appearing as a fire and to purify your heart. Go on offering one by one all desires. Just offer, let them be purified thereby. Calm, Krodh, all anger, whatever you are having, just offer to the fire, purify it. Lobh, all the greeds, whatever you are having, just offer to the fire. Moh is the delusion, whatever delusion you are having, moh, just offer to the fire. Mad is the pride, all the pride, you just offer to the fire. And finally, the ego. So your mind becomes just transparent, nirmal, free from all impurities, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsar, Ahankar. Your body is purified, your mind is purified. Now let's move to the next part of your personality, the intellect, buddhi, where we are having so-called knowledge, which is in spiritual term is the false knowledge. Whatever general knowledge about the politics, society, everything, you just again offer to the purifier fire. You just offer it. surrender all your general knowledge, all professional knowledge, expertise, whatever you have gained, whether in college, education, PhD, DSc, just offer. It has got no meaning in spiritual sense. The true knowledge will emerge. Then whatever other knowledge you are having, everything you just offer. Just empty your intellect. Then the true knowledge will really emerge. Once now see yourself as a beautiful statue, transparent glass, crystal clear, shining glass, which is a purified, body is purified, your mind has become normal by surrendering all the impurities, burning, your intellect has become free from all false knowledge and confusion. Everything is crystal clear, transparent, and then emerges the real soul, the spirit, which cannot be destroyed, which cannot be destroyed by fire or anything, which is all the time present, a shining, bright sun in your heart, full of happiness, bliss, and see your body shining with a bright happiness, blissful light, and total body is purely merged with the bliss of your spiritual power. Experience its warmth, experience its joy. In fact, you can stay in this stage as long as you want, very happily. Why the rishis, they spent whole life in this blissful moment. But due to limitation of time, I now gradually come back to your body in the same reverse order, from spirit to come to your intellect, intellect to the mind, mind to body, and realize your experience and slowly open your eyes. Slowly open your eyes and be conscious about your presence. So this was just a small experience of spiritual intelligence. With this, thank you all for active participation. You can give your feedback at my email ansing11@gmail.com. With this, I conclude. Probably I have not taken much time as per schedule. It has gone. Jain Saab? Hello, Mr. Jain.
या ये सर आप अपना स्क्रीन जो है वो थोड़ा अनशेयर कर दीजिए.
स्टॉप वीडियो कर दें.
स्टॉप ये जो शेयरिंग है उसको स्टॉप कर दीजिए.
Where is that command button? Stop share, na? Right, yeah. So friends, how was the experience?
Well, it is really good. It is fantastic. I think it is a wonderful session, I must say. So before I, invite Shri A.K. Gupta ji for a vote of thanks, I would like to take a couple of questions as I've seen on the chat box. So one question is from Shri Ashok Kumar Jain ji.